Right, so, don't remember what I actually did to this reverb. It's probably linked to a peak controller. Yes, it is. Insert 14. What? Oh, yes, I completely forgot. Right, I thought that I did more on the mixer track here. So, yeah, then there's just a Maximus with some compression, but, what I was thinking of is that, I've actually put this into two other tracks. One that's just set to the highest chain track, and one that doesn't even go into the master at any point. This is a low pass version, and this is a high pass version. The high pass version has a peak controller on it, so this keeps track of the higher frequencies, and the fruity reverb is turned on accordingly. So basically, if I didn't have it on the high pass version, then what would happen is that the low pass, I wanted the fruity reverb to kind of move with the low pass. Like, I wanted there to be less reverb when there was less high frequencies, and more when there were more high frequencies. But there's so much volume in the lower frequencies here that there was barely any difference from the low pass. Like, it was practically the same. So I had to put the peak control in a high pass version for there to be like a sense of motion in the reverb. I don't remember what's going on with this low pass version. I think I literally just used a low pass version. Like, the lower frequencies are just played twice. That is literally just what's going on here. But one of the lower frequencies, which is, I guess, extra boosters here, to be fair, with the Maximus, there's a lot. Oh yeah, I forgot, there's pretty high compression going on here too. Well, I don't know, it's not as big as I remember, but yeah. But yeah, and of course that's sidechain more, I guess. But yeah, this is just like putting emphasis on the low end, but to compromise, it's putting more motion into the high pass by like making it the low pass, like making it have more of an impact by making it actually modulate the fruity reverb too. I guess I could have just linked to the controller so that like the low pass directly controlled the reverb mix level, but I feel like that would just, it wouldn't sound right. The reverb wouldn't be natural at all. It'd be so robotic. I don't think that would really work so well. So yeah, then so after that synth, I don't think there's actually much left, because again, repetitiveness is kind of a theme here, but obviously going for this like mood, you can't really change the bass too much, like the bass of your sound, not the bass in the low frequency, I mean the bass with an E, because that's kind of what sets the entire tone, and tone's really the main focus of this. But then on top of that, that means you have to add more to it to be able to diversify it. But then if you diversify it, it kind of makes it, depending on how you do it, it could make it less relaxing, when really that's one of the things you're trying to achieve. You're trying to make this relaxing just simply by its tone. So yeah, it's kind of a problem. But yeah, this carries on for a bit, blah blah blah, and yeah, this is literally the last part. So yeah, as I said, it has this nice little sound where the high pass goes away. And with that, it's resolved. So, this bell. It's a sine wave with unison again, very little pitch thickness though. Phase spectral randomness, I forgot to mention, is where each individual harmonic has a random phase amount, instead of just each copy of those 128 harmonics in like the saw wave, and in this case it's a sine wave, so it won't be 128, just be 9. I guess that means that spectral randomness won't do anything here. I did not realise it. I guess it's just because, well, I'm not sure. It might have done something with the harmonizer, because as you can see, a sine wave should just be one harmonic, but because I've got the harmonizer on, you can actually see there's at least 3. You can't really see any higher than that, so there might be more. I don't think there is, though. Maybe. Detune 3 is on, so that the gap between each harmonic is multiplied by 3. And that's volume envelope. It's not it. volume envelope, but then that's it. No, oh no, that's just that. This is just how you turn it from a saw wave into a sine wave, because a sine wave is only the first harmonic. This first one is on, and the rest of it is completely off. Right. So the only thing I've got to do now, I'm pretty sure, is just to show you how this bell was made here. Because to be honest, I just remembered I don't think I ever actually showed you how this was made. I think I mainly discussed the mastering. So yeah, this has detune 5, and it's the same kind of idea. Only this one doesn't have any phase, even though it has 9 voices, but it has less, even less pitch thickness. Full pan still. It's actually got a keyboard track low pass so that it doesn't go too high. Later on, of course, it goes up to like 4 octaves of the same melody. Like, so at that point, if I didn't have that low pass there, I actually don't know, but I'm guessing the sound would be like way too high. Oh, it sounds very nice like that, because it's like, it starts to actually sound a bit more like a square wave, because again, having so many like octaves of this playing, they all meld together, it starts to form something. Having so many harmonics starts to make it sound more like a saw or a square, but it's still a sine, and it's still got the gaps that I've told it to have, so it's got that still kind of tropical sense to it that a sine wave has. But yeah, if I turn off that low pass, let's see what it sounds like. So yeah, it's not terrible, but clearly it's not quite as nice. Local EQ, I forgot about this. It's actually reducing the volume of the first harmonic a little bit. And since the sine wave really just is the first harmonic, it's kind of strange to do, but the harmonizer is really what makes this sound, and the 5D tune, so the gap between each harmonic is multiplied by 5. So it puts more emphasis on the higher harmonics. The lower harmonics are very vocal, it's very nice, but at the same time, they often sound too loud. Well, they just suck everything else up. They sound really in your face, they sound like wrong. So you need to put emphasis on the fact that yes, it is there, but like, you've got these like other higher harmonics that combine to make something that isn't so like concentrated. Like, that's basically the problem with sine waves. They sound so nice, but like, they're always too quiet, and then when they're not too quiet, they're so concentrated that it can suck away all the volume from other things, or it can just sound bad, it can like ruin the mix. So this is, again, it's to put emphasis on what's built off of the sine wave rather than the initial sine wave itself. Besides that, not much going on here, I don't think. Ooh, pitch vibrato depth. Oh yeah, so this is just vibrato. Most of the things in this melody, as you can see, are only 2 bars long. No, not 2 bars, half a bar long, so it only goes up to here, so you don't get much vibrato, but on the longer notes, suddenly they start to fade in. The longest one is 1.5 bars, so this is why this goes up to 1.5 bars. And even then, the vibrato has it has a ceiling of 20 cent tones, so it can't really become too detuned. Again, there aren't many harmonics to be detuned, so if they do get detuned, it can be very, very noticeable. But yes, just check now if this had any mastering things, and then we can go on to the mastering track. Yeah, just a reverb and parametric equalizer. So, the only thing I believe I haven't covered is the master tracks and its effects, and the drums. Just realised I haven't covered the drums, that's weird. I usually go for one of my first ones. The thing is that the drums aren't really the focus here, so I guess that's kind of why I've like lost it. I mean, they're not usually the focus, but like, they're still a very crucial component. I feel like this song wouldn't be crazily different without the drums. That's not to say that they'd be better without them, but I feel like it wouldn't be like completely ruined without them, like some things might be. But yeah, so first of all, with the mastering shenanigans I've gone with here, there's this intro. Why is my CPU dying now?